Hi guys, I am here with a pregnancy update. I'm so excited to announce that I am pregnant again with my second baby. I always feel like it's a bit of a miracle when I manage to get pregnant, because I've got Hashimoto's hypothyroidism, which makes things a little bit more complicated. So yeah, I'm absolutely so delighted that I am now in my second trimester and I'm pregnant with baby number 2. I've already got a little boy called Rupert, and he's over a year and a half now. So his birthday's in February, so yeah, it's going to be crazy. He's not walking yet because he had some problems with his hips, and yes, it's going to be mental when this new baby arrives. It's going to be like having 2 under 2, I think. But anyway, you'll see how I cope with that in my vlogs. But yeah, I wanted just to jump in and chat about my pregnancy, how it's been, has there been any complications, what it's been like with the hypothyroidism, because I know some of you have got it too and it's always interesting. I always like to, one of the reasons I sort of came back to YouTube was because I had got pregnant the first time with my Hashimoto's hypothyroidism, and I found there wasn't a lot of positive stuff out there about it, and I wanted to be someone who could jump in and sort of tell you how it's been for me, and that it's really good and not too complicated at all, and something that hopefully will give you a bit of encouragement too. So right, I'm gonna have to think back. I haven't really planned this video because I've got a toddler. I have to just jump in when I get nap time and record, and I have to do that with my podcast, and also I have a radio slot, and life is just very hectic, guys. Oh, I need to do another proper vlog actually for you, so you can see what's been going on with the farm, and just, yeah, it's all been a bit crazy. But anyway, back to pregnancy. I think I'll stand up first and show you my bump. So as you can see, let me just make sure this is focusing. It looks really weird shape. I am definitely showing. I feel like this time round my bump appeared really early on. I definitely felt a lot more pregnant with this pregnancy as well. Almost straight away, I found out I was pregnant as soon as you possibly could, because we were planning, and this time I wanted to just not test, but be a bit more scientific about it. So did do ovulation tests, and I did take a lot of pregnancy tests. It was quite bad. But I was just so excited, and I was really intrigued as well to see how long it would take. As usual, I did plan my pregnancy. Like I said, I've got Hashimoto's, and you do need to make sure you're taking the right dosage of your medicine, and that your TSH levels and so forth are correct before you get pregnant, to ensure that your baby is going to be okay. So I went to my specialist, I upped my dose a little bit, the thyroid was looking fine, and I got pregnant anyway. And we got pregnant the first time we tried, which was amazing. I did not think that was going to happen, especially after having a baby. And you know, I just felt like my hormones had settled down, and I got pregnant in July. So Rupert would have been February, March, April, May, June, July. So he would have been 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so about 17 months old. But anyway, we got pregnant first try, which was very exciting. And I found out as soon as you could possibly find out on those early pregnancy tests, I found out, and I was so excited. I tried to sort of do a fun reveal this time with my husband, and I had like a empty Amazon package, and I put the pregnancy test in, and when he came in, I was like, oh look, Charlie, something's really weird's come in the post. And he opened it up and he was like, what is this? Like, so not bothered. So I was really like, oh come on, because I thought I'd done quite a fun little like reveal thing, but he didn't get it. So then I was like, I'm pregnant, but I don't think it was a massive surprise to him, because we were trying, and he's very positive, and just, he's the kind of person that just thinks, oh, we're gonna have another baby, we'll get pregnant. I'm not like that at all. I sort of doubt myself, and I overthink things a lot. So for me, it was a real surprise, and I was delighted, really delighted. My pregnancy symptoms kicked in really early. In fact, before I even found out I was pregnant, I had one huge telltale sign, which were my breasts were on fire. That's the best way I can describe it. They were sore for the entirety of the first trimester, almost from the moment of conception. It was crazy, so painful, really actually quite hard to sleep with them. Just aching and really agonizing. And also this time my breasts have got way bigger, way quicker. Didn't happen with the first pregnancy at all. They got a little bit bigger, but nothing crazy. This time they have just gone big quick and really sore. So that's eased up now. I'm in my second trimester, but it didn't ease up until about 16 weeks. So that was my first big telltale sign, and yeah, it was such a giveaway symptom for me. I knew there was something up. In fact, I was going to go to the doctor about it because I was kind of worried. I was like, this can't be right. So I had really sore boobs, and then I started to feel sick. So initially I was kind of like, is this almost like, because I know I'm pregnant, because once I found out I was pregnant, straight away the morning sickness happened, but it was real. I found eating breakfast so difficult. I have a toddler to feed every morning now, so that was quite hard. I couldn't bear the smell of cooking food. Anything fried would just make me want to vomit. Fried meat or something was just like, oh, so gross. Yeah, the struggle was real for sure. My cravings were pretty standard. I did have a few cravings, definitely. I think it was salty things, crisps, chocolate. What was the other thing I was really into? Sort of, yeah, savoury, sweet and salty, mainly salty. I can't even remember. Salty and apples. Really into apples. And now I really don't get that because I like apples, but not that much. So those were some of the cravings I had. Definitely so much more so than with Rupert, my first baby. With Rue, I did not find that many signs in that way, but this time just tons of real like classic pregnancy symptoms. I showed a lot quicker with this pregnancy, so by the end of the first trimester I was showing, but I think that's quite standard for your second pregnancy. Also, I am not working out at all. When I was pregnant with Rue, beforehand I was doing a lot of ballet, and just casually, and I was also working out a little bit, tiny bit, but it did mean that my abs and everything were a lot tighter. This time I just do Rupert, that's my exercise, so I don't work out at all. So I showed a lot quicker, and then with the hypothyroidism, it's been fine. I definitely went up to about 4 my TSH levels. I find, quite honestly, I find the system here at the NHS in Northern Ireland very frustrating. I am very organised, and I would always have my blood results done. I go to the doctor, get my bloods done, and send them away to my consultant, ready to know what I need to take, what I need to reduce, whatever. And it would take so long for them to get back to me because they were oversubscribed with people. There's just too many people in their clinic. And I found that really annoying. Like there was one moment when I'd gone up to TSH of 4 and I just had this inkling I had, because it was that real pivotal time where your hormones are changing a lot and fluctuating. And I was calling them every single day and I could not get through. And every time I got through the secretary and I begged her to get the consultant to call me, she didn't. I have to admit, I'm really angry about that, because you don't want elevated levels. It's really detrimental to the fetus. And I did go up to 4, which is not ideal. So I'm not impressed, not impressed. If I could afford it, I would go private, and I would encourage anyone else to as well, because I think if you can don't have to worry about consultants calling you back and trying to get fitted into a clinic, I think it's a huge stress off you, especially at this time. My consultant is incredible, I trust her completely, but getting through to her is quite difficult. Anyway, once I'd got over that sort of hump with the thyroid, it was a lot easier. I went to see the consultant again. This time I did it instead of over the phone, I went to a clinic and I got put up again. So I was on, basically now I'm on 125 milligrams every day, if that gives you context. And that should be me done now. So that's a little bit more than I had with my first baby. I'm pretty sure with Rue I had maybe 125 a couple of days a week, and maybe 100 the rest of the time, but it's definitely more levothyroxine this time around. I feel really good in myself. I am tired, but then again this time I have Rupert to look after, so I'm a lot busier. Our business, the farm business, is going really well and it's very busy. I've got basically a full-time job with that, a full-time job with the baby, and a full-time job with my painting and my blog, so it's very intense. So I'm not surprised I'm tired. And that reminds me, the first trimester was exhausting, and it was I did nap as much as I could, but it was very difficult to find the time. But overall, it's been a good first trimester. I had a bit of bleeding. If you watch my pregnancy videos way back, you'll know that I did bleed profusely through my first trimester with my first kid, and this time around I bled a tiny bit twice. First time I was up here, Northern Ireland, and I went, and it was too early to get the anti-D, or it wasn't necessary, it was so light, but I think just because I was paranoid from the first time. And they did a scan and I got to see the baby, which is always fun. And then the second time was annoying because I was actually back home in Wicklow, and I had a small bleed, and it was substantial enough that I had to go straight. Well, I went straight to the care doc. It was at night time, like these things always happen at night. Went straight to the care doc. He sent me to this ridiculous hospital, which apparently was completely wrong. I should have been sent to the maternity hospital, and I was waiting for 3 hours until about 1 o'clock in the morning. They eventually sent me down to the maternity hospital to Holles Street, and there the nurses were like, "That care doctor was so stupid, he should have sent you here in the morning and not sent you on a wild goose chase all over Dublin in the middle of the night." But anyway, about 2 o'clock in the morning, I had an anti-D injection because I'm rhesus negative, and I had another scan. The baby was absolutely perfect. So I guess I'm just someone who bleeds during pregnancy. It's quite frightening, and it does feel quite restrictive. With my first pregnancy, I bled badly. Like I had really heavy bleeds, and it was really frightening and upsetting, but it stopped in the second trimester. This time around, like I said, I've had 2 very light bleeds, and it's been nothing too bad. But I still am careful because I'm rhesus negative to get checked out and to get an anti-D injection if I need to. But yeah, so now I'm in the second trimester, and so far so good. Definitely feeling more like me, definitely starting to feel a little bit excited to meet the baby, and also a little bit nervous, so I guess it's becoming a bit more realer. We have a lot of the stuff we need this time, so that's quite good. It's a bit more reassuring. I don't have to worry so much about all the things I have to go out and get. But yeah, it's weird. We're gonna find out 2 weeks time what the gender is, so I'll be back to announce that, and I will also do a second trimester update and let you know how it's gone. But yes, it's always quite nerve-wracking. I'm the sort of person, like I said, I'm an overthinker anyway, and I think having the complication of the hypothyroidism does make me a bit of a worry wart in that way, so I won't be able to, what's the word? I won't be able to relax until I've had my 20-week scan and I know everything's absolutely fine. And I probably won't be able to relax until I've had it. Oh, and this time actually I have hired a doula. So excited. I just hired her, and I've only met her once, so I don't really know much really about the experience, but I'm definitely going to keep you up to date on that because I think a lot of you would be really interested in it. I'm so lucky I found someone because, you know, we live in quite a remote area and I wasn't sure I'd be able to get a doula. But I have a doula, and she's going to support me through having a VBAC, so vaginal birth after cesarean. And yes, I'm going to try and do it as naturally as I can. I'll probably have gas and air, and we'll see about the epidural side of things. I want to do hypnobirthing this time as well, so yeah, really excited. I have got a book that I've been reading. It's by Holly de Cruz, and that's the hypnobirthing book that I've been following. Last time with Rue, I actually did a course, and I think I did about half of it, and it was a course that was part of the Sure Start system, but I didn't actually really get much out of it personally. I just don't think I can learn in that way. I'm obviously a tricky person. So this time I'm reading this book. It's really good, and I'm going to take an online course with the Positive Birthing Company. So I'm going to do reviews of the book, the course, and I'll do probably like a little video all about hypnobirthing as well. So for those of you who are interested in buying either of those products, you can then see how it's been, and then of course you'll get to know how the actual birth went. I'm really excited about it. Reading the Holly de Cruz book actually has been very helpful. I was quite nervous about the birth until I read it, and then I did feel a lot more empowered actually to just do this and it's going to be fine and my body knows what it's doing. And then when I met with Anne, my doula, she also was very reassuring. So I feel like I've got a good team around me. I'm hoping to also organise some childcare so that by the time the baby arrives, I might have somebody, either someone I can send Rupert to once a week, or some sort of nanny situation that I can have organise. I live in a very small cottage, so I don't quite know how that's going to work, but I definitely need help for sure, because I just can't do all the things I'm doing. I'm running so many businesses and I just can't do that and have 2 kids at the same time. I am quite scared. I know everyone does that and it's fine, but I'm nervous. I feel like I've just learned how to become a mum to 1 baby, and now I'm going to be a mum to 2. It's crazy. And funnily enough, with Rue, I was almost at the point of thinking that I would quite enjoy homeschooling him, but I still haven't fully decided what I'm going to do about that. I might not, but I'm definitely looking forward to learning a bit more about homeschooling as well. What else can I tell you? Yeah, maybe that's it. Hypnobirthing, not exercising massively. I go for walks every day, and I'm always running around Rupert, so that's my limit of my exercise. I'm eating a lot. I wouldn't say I'm eating massively well. I am eating a lot of chocolate, which isn't great. And I'm trying to cut down now on that because I'm pretty sure that's not helping my thyroid. I'm usually very careful with sugar, not to eat it, but I have lost the plot a bit with this pregnancy. So I'm going to try and really eat healthily now for the rest of the pregnancy and avoid chocolate, unless it's dark chocolate. I'm allowed that. And yes, I think I'll just leave the video there. This is probably quite long, and like I said, I hadn't prepared this, so I don't want it to be too rambly for you. But yeah, I'm very excited. If you've got any questions, leave them below and I'll answer them. I must do a Rupert update as well, now he's out of the cast. I thought I was going to film a lot more about the spica cast, but actually I felt like it wasn't my... He's his own person, and I just didn't want to show him in such a vulnerable state. I just didn't think it was right. But if you are interested in spica, if you've got a kid in a hip spica cast, there is a really good video which I'll link below that helped me a lot. I might do a video about things that were helpful during that time before I forget. But he's out of it now and he is just crawling around and just having a great time and really progressing. I felt like the spica cast really stunted his development as well. He was finding it quite difficult. It was a poor little thing, like it wasn't a fun experience. And he definitely does not like hospitals now. He's definitely developed a little bit of a fear towards them, I think. But he's such a positive, happy boy that I think we're okay. So yeah, it's all very exciting. And having Rue is such a distraction as well. Like I think about him all the time. He's my world, and it's weird now that I'm pregnant because sometimes I don't even have a chance to take a breath and realise that I am, because I'm so busy with my first baby. But I guess that's just the way it is for everybody. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. It's been lovely to catch up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back with more pregnancy updates. I'll be back with a hypnobirthing update, a doula update, and anything else that you want to see. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.